Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
How many of us truly know what our purpose in life is? How many of us truly actualize that dream into a reality? How many of us dare to dream but with our eyes open? Grit, determination, insane level of optimism and sharp skills is what separates the boys from actual men. It's what separates the dreamer from an achiever. It's what makes a hero out of a passionate rider.
Most men would think that they're invincible on a motorcycle, especially when you're going fast. It's because that's how you feel. You just feel like everything's in that moment and you just feel so alive, and you can feel the ground that you're on, the wheel, how much traction it has, the wind, everything is just that whole experience. It's so immersing that you don't really think about anything else in life, and it's just at one moment. Logic doesn't even come into play. So yes, I think we're invincible when we're racing our motorcycles. When I got a motorcycle and I was better than my friends, I was like, yeah, we used to go out the palace ground and just ride in the tracks there, or go onto some private properties and then go and ride the dirt tracks, and I was better than all my friends. And then I said, you feel good because you're better than the people that you're competing with. But then I said, this is not enough. So I found a competition to go out and compete, and that's how it started. Like first it was a small competition, and then it was a national championship. The drive was always trying to be the best that you could be. The thing about this sport, and people have said that it's a dangerous sport. I don't really think it's a dangerous sport. Yes, you can get hurt. It's not like playing a ball sport. Every time I throw my leg around a motorcycle, I know that I could get seriously hurt, but it's not something that I think about. I know it in hindsight. Now when I sit and I think about it, yes, I acknowledge that, but it's not something that that sways my decision to go racing. I think life in general is dangerous. Anything can happen at any point in time. Nothing is guaranteed in life. Only thing is that once you're born, you're sure to know that you're going to die at some point in time. And in this short span, in this life that you have, you make the most of it. And for me, motorcycle racing is where I can experience life to the fullest. Well, I've had a couple of crashes, and not that many, but I've had a couple of crashes, and I've been unfortunate at the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge because I was on fire. The thing about motorcycle racing is not that if you're going to crash, it's only a matter of when it's going to happen. I think the people that are really affected, apart from me, is the people that really love you, your family and friends. And yeah, but I think now at this point in my life, they accept who I am, and this is what I do, and this comes with that territory, Well, I knew I was the best in India, but I knew that I was the big fish in a small pond, and I knew the world is much bigger than this. And also the fact that motorsport wasn't really big in India, I knew the best riders, of course, from Europe and in America. So I wanted to go and compete and see where I stand. So my first step was to go and be competitive in Asia. So that's why I went and did the motocross championship in Asia.
Doesn't look like it because they're now in the last lap, and only a miracle can now turn the tables. There's number 22, Santosh, leading the race and now moving towards the tabletop to finish the race.
But those 10 years that I did racing in India, in Supercross, dirt track, all of that, I never even thought in my head that I would want to do, first of all, rallying or even the Dakar, because we used to have a rally team in the team at TVS, and I used to think these guys are crazy. Like, why would I want to go out and race roads that you don't even know on? I thought it was just a bit too dangerous. So I always stuck to Supercross. Towards the end of my career racing Supercross, I got a bit stagnant and I was bored, and I wanted a little bit of challenge. So I think that's how I did my first raid the Himalaya, because I'd done everything else in India, and I said, this is the only thing that's left. So I did the raid, and after that did the raid was when there was talk about the Dakar. Until then, there was never really talk about anything. I've come a long way. I forget sometimes the things that I had to do to go through to be actually sitting here and actually having that opportunity to compete at the Dakar. Being the first one, I think it's never easy, but I think it's also a great opportunity for me. I've learned so much in my journey, from just being somebody who used to just race competitions to actually going out and finding a way to make the biggest race in the world, you know, and finding sponsorships, meeting people. It's been a fantastic journey for me, and I wouldn't have done it any other way. Setting goals is important, and having targets to achieve is important. It gives you direction to work at. But I've noticed over the years that it's not just about taking home those trophies or achieving what you set out to do. It's that journey from when you set your mind to doing something to actually achieving it is what you actually take back home. That's what actually gives you fulfillment in life. So I love that experience of chasing my dreams and goals, but I also enjoy the experience of getting there. I just want to be known as the guy that lived his life on his own terms, and I just want to know that I got the most out of my life. You know, that the experiences that I have, the relationships that I have, is something that I want to leave behind when I go. And obviously I hope there is some sort of a legacy, because, you know, in terms of when I was growing up as a kid, I was fascinated by history books. And that fascination is only because I saw all these great men that left behind something and contributed to society. So I wish at the end of my time, I've done those things as well.